Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Now, y'all, for those of you that want to know why I keep saying screaming, oh, hell no. This is why. This is why. I got my Xbox playing a court case. Oh, hell no. Uh-uh. Y'all hold up. Y'all give me a few minutes. Let me take a couple puffs off this here. Cause like this court case has actually taken a turn in a direction that I actually called since earlier this morning. Like, wow. Let me go get my notes. Let me go get my fucking notes. Okay, I got my notes. Like, if I'd have kept writing this whole entire page, if I'd have kept writing this whole entire page all the way to like over here and back here some, it would be full. So I stuck with, oh wait, I stuck with the most prominent questions that were asked by both attorneys and certain things that the judge asked and certain things in this little box right here and right there that I made this little box. Those are questions that both attorneys asked. And the judge was like, sustained. But everything else right here is empty because it said overruled. So tomorrow I'm gonna make another little box and see if I get some more questions. But you guys, let me go take a couple puffs off my cigarette, and we about to get into this because Amber Guyger stood up in court today. The court case just ended. Amber Guyger stood up with her attorneys, and she had a very smug smile on her face. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, go on my community tab and you're gonna see why I said look at this BS and watch the court case from front to back. And you're gonna see why this page is so empty. Lord, my nerves bad. Like my nerves are fucking bad. I done dropped my whole entire. Oh Lord, I done dropped my whole entire mammoth mother croton mail holder. Some of y'all so worried about YouTube beef. Some of y'all so worried about, who got the latest call, who got the most subscribers. I need for most of you motherfuckers to actually start paying attention to what's going on in the real motherfucking world. This court case is going to set a mammy motherfucking precedent. But y'all worried about what's going on in everybody else's fucking livelihood, their household. Let me see if this court case back home. Let me see. I'm gonna let y'all hear this while I go smoke my cigarette. Yup, it's on. Y'all listen to that. Y'all listen to that.
stuff is like TV. It really isn't. It's a whole different process, and even when I've attended many trials over the years, and there's lots of things that happen in the courtroom that are just not newsworthy. You're watching, like I said, paint dry, and then you have the interesting parts.
Right.
But it is interesting to me that, like I said, back on the thing with the dash cam video, the jury's just never going to hear any of that. That's the stuff that was the most interesting to us today. They didn't hear.
And it took up almost an hour outside the presence in a hearing. And I think it encompasses a very, what I thought was an important aspect of the state's case. That this idea that she was not treated as every other suspect would have been treated, even as an officer would be treated in an officer-involved shooting.
Do you think this is going to cause some changes, some discussion about policies or procedures, about how to handle what should be done, what shouldn't be done, that kind of thing?
I think it should certainly start a dialogue, at the very least between the district attorney's office and
because they're not on the same page here.
That's correct, they're not. And to be quite honest, they need to be. And these issues need to be a well-established protocol versus a catch-as-catch-can approach to these cases, because those hours, those minutes, those hours right after an incident occurs are crucial in collecting evidence, and it needs to be done in a way that's going to preserve it in the best way possible.
Well, there was also an issue where that Sergeant Valentine they didn't put her in a squad initially and seclude her, so the prosecution was clearly trying to make an issue out of that she was not secluded, she was left, and when Sergeant Valentine walked back up, she was talking to others. So that was, again, that was all outside the presence of the jury, but you could see that they really wanted to go down that path.
Absolutely.
They wanted clearly to make the inference that somehow her story was affected.
Could have been influenced by other persons. Could have been. The reason you isolate a course is that you want, as best you can, for the recall of the individual involved to be just that individual's recall, not tainted by any other source. And if you leave the person in a situation where they have other sources available, then their recall could be tainted. And in this case, that was certainly somewhere the DA wanted to go.
Somebody's asking me if she was equipped with a taser. I don't know. I could be wrong on this, but for some reason I think there's supposed to be tasers at the station. I know they leave their body.
I don't know, baby.
I'm sure that I'll probably get a text message on that.
She was still wearing her duty belt, evidently, because her firearm would have been part of that, I assume.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
All right, let me go get my notes, y'all. Let me go get my notes.
Will get somebody will text about that, but whether or not they are allowed. I'm not sure about the tasers. I've never actually had reason to bring that up. Actually, someone was just texting me and saying, look, you should probably call 911.
All right, I got my notes.
I mean, it's sort of like an automatic reaction. Call 911.
This is like a lot of things were sustained, which is why all of this is empty. So I only got this right here. This is my personal little Venn diagram. Instead of the circles, I break it down into a tree, and I make what I call a bark. Now, let's get into this. Let's get into this, y'all. Let's get into this. Now, the case started off with Botham and Amber. The defense attorney said Amber didn't kill Botham. The defense attorney, when I say defense attorney, this is the attorney for Amber Guyger. Amber Guyger's attorney was painting the narrative such as that Botham was the aggressor in the case. And Wrench, I'm glad you here. There was nothing mentioned about them being intimate, so that's been debunked 5 times over. Okay? But let's go back to my notes. I'm on line 1 on both sides. Y'all excuse my handwriting. This is Botham. This is the cop. Botham, cop. Botham, cop. Amber sat up there and said that Botham charged her. But the way that Botham's body was shot, how can he charge her when he's laying in front of his sofa? On top of that, on the WFAA website where I watched this on YouTube, a lot of people kept saying, search Amber Guyger Facebook posts, and you will see how it was all about like her being racist, her being trigger happy. And I did my research, and you can't dispute facts. You can't dispute facts. Amber was a what's the word I'm looking for? Finicky. She was a racist. She was a trigger happy young lady. And she let that thin blue line get to her head. Now, let's go to This Isn't My House on Amber and Botham side, and neutral on the cop side. This is one line underneath each other. Now, Amber, the defense attorney, and Botham's attorney, they both sit up there and was like, how can you sit up there and bypass 16 doors? I'm sorry, y'all. Hold up, wait. I don't make sure this stay up. I just want to make sure this stay up. Hold up, y'all. Wait. Okay, let's leave this like this here. It's starting to slide a little bit. Hold up, wait. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay. Ah. All right, leave it like that. Now, Botham's attorney and Amber's attorney painted the narrative of, okay, can you tell the difference between the floors? I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all gonna hear me use this a lot. If a drunk person can live in an apartment complex with a key fob, and they can get on an elevator, and they know their floor, how come Amber didn't know what floor she was on? Amber said, where her attorney tried to paint the narrative that she was neutral, that her civic duty, it allowed her to kill Botham Jean. Her civic duty as a cop allowed her to kill Botham Jean. LaShonda, you're right. A woman knows her house. But let's go back to Botham side of my little chart I made. And then I'm going to go back to the other line that I made that's on the opposite side. Well, there's 2 lines. I'm underneath the first 2. But it's 1 line, but I separated it. I'm going to show y'all. See, like, I dissected this. Like, I just want y'all to follow me. Like, the way I take notes, y'all would be so fucking confused, but only I know how to read my notes. Well, anywho, I wish this shit stop fucking moving. Okay. Botham. Let's go back to Botham's side. This isn't my house. Yolanda. Oh my God, Yolanda. You don't remember the man who was 6 foot even, 187 pounds, from Texas. Well, he wasn't from Texas, he was from St. Lucia. But he moved to Texas, and the cop, Amber Guyger, killed him in his own house. Anyway, both them Jean. I'm thinking like a prosecutor and an attorney. This isn't my house. Now, y'all, a few people in the WFAA chat, my chat from earlier this morning, a lot of people was like, why he didn't lock his door. Come on, y'all. Now think about this, y'all. If you're comfortable in your apartment complex, and if you're comfortable in your neighborhood, like you will sit in your neighborhood all day with your doors unlocked until you take a nap or you take your shower and you go to bed that night. So like your door, no matter if you're there or if you're there and your door is unlocked, everybody know you're there. Now, Botham's attorney asked a prevalent question that the defense attorney didn't ask. Cast favored one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, baby. Thank you. This was the question Botham's attorney asked. If the door malfunctioned, like a lot of people were saying that his door malfunctioned, where did the keys come from? Why was there keys in the door? Now, allow me to play y'all this sound bit real quick. Allow me to play this for y'all. Because if y'all remember correctly, Botham was shot in front of his sofa and his body slumped over. But the bullet marks and the soot in his body also said he died on the sofa. So why did his body come from the sofa to the front of the door and you say he was 20, 15, then 10 yards away from him? But let me play this for y'all. Because like I told y'all, this court story has a lot of holes in it. Y'all, what y'all about to hear is actual court case footage. This is still live. So, what I want y'all to do is, well, what I'm about to do is, I'm about to place this some type of way. I'm about to place this some type of way where y'all can hear it, but my phone still, it sits. Okay, I want y'all to listen to this real quick. Now, you can tell this woman is lying. Her body language tells it all. And if it goes quiet, you guys, that's because they're releasing sensitive information that we, the public, can't hear. And I don't want to show you guys all this information so my channel can get struck again. But I want y'all to hear her testimony. This is a fellow officer, a female officer, that Amber called.
She's waiting for a lawyer, and my mom is preserving her fifth and sixth. It is rules of House Police Association president. I don't think he has the right to preserve her rights, but
She's white.
concerned about what the line of questioning concerning the video, whatever was left of State's Exhibit 10, and we haven't laid the foundation or offered State's Exhibit 15.
No, I don't want my channel to get struck because like I'm actually doing commentary off of this. So like there's a way I'm putting my phone to where it's muffled.
And I can give a proffer if the court would like as to what my question would be.
That I would very much like to hear.
All right, Mr. Alton, I'm going to ask you some questions, okay? When you first pull up for your squad car in, the defendant is surrounded by a bunch of individuals and you don't know what their relationship or their role to the case is, correct?
That's correct.
All right, so she has not been sequestered or detained or removed from outside influence. Is that correct?
I thought she was when I left her where she was to walk back to my squad car. And clearly I didn't see them walk up. I thought I had left her alone. There was only a handful of us at the scene, and where my car was a long way away from where the offense location was. I reasonably thought she was alone. As I went to my car, I never saw them walk up.
And I'm not suggesting that was an error on your part.
Yeah, when I pulled up is when I saw them and realized that they were officers.
So the opportunity to go to her occurred when you had passed. But nevertheless, external individuals went up to, and there was clearly, you can tell the implication from the hand movements and the hugs and everything, that there's conversation ongoing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And for that period of time, all the way from the time that you got to your car until you pulled in, and then you got out of your car and you went up to her and then you escorted her to the vehicle and put her in the vehicle, she had this opportunity for the external, whatever that external conversation might have been.
Correct.
Okay, so that would be number one, Judge. Number two, so she has, at that particular moment in time, been put into a squad car and isolated away, as you had designed, from any external influence, correct?
Correct.
Your in-car video system was running because it had been running the entire time.
Correct.
All right. So it would have continued to have run, but for the fact that you turned it off.
Correct.
And the reason why you turned it off is because another sergeant.
Now, when they say turn it off, they're talking about this right here, that body camera. There's a female cop that's on the stand that came. Hold up, wait, y'all be quiet. Pam. Pam. Really? Really, Pam? You really asked that question? Why would I be mad at you? Hey, Deborah Mayo. But Pam. Hey, really, BTV? But let me get back to this here. But let me answer Pam though. Pam, why would I be mad at you though, darling? Like really, what reason I gotta be mad at you? I gotta hear this. So did somebody tell you I was mad at you? I respect my elders. I pride myself on that. Well, certain elders, let me rephrase myself, certain elders. Pam. Okay, Pam, I'm gonna tell you why I don't reply. Because certain people be in your chat that certain people be in your chat that start crot with me. I'm speaking French with you. Certain people be in your chat that start pisse and crot with me. And I try not to, you know, I try not to get in it. I try not to get into that. But like Pam, we have no problem. We have no problem. So don't ever feel like that. But the tribe. Oh, but I'm not them. Okay, we good. Okay, Pam. Okay, then I'll be in your chat. I love you too, man, Pam. I love you too. Me and you might never part. Maquillada. Ain't no sun, ain't no ocean. Keep my sister away from me. But y'all peep this here. Now, this is Amber Guyger's sister officer, who is a female. And their supervisor asked her to turn off her body camera and everybody else's body camera. I want y'all to hear this part before y'all take everything y'all hear in this case and run with it. I told y'all I get the tea, which is why I wrote this little Venn diagram down, which is why I keep seeing me putting my fingers right here.
In some way communicated to you to turn off that in-car, correct? Your in-car video system was running because it had been running the entire time. Correct. All right. So it would have continued to have run, but for the fact that you turned it off. Correct. And the reason why you turned it off is because another sergeant in some way communicated to you to turn off that in-car video. Correct. But for that, would you have allowed the in-car video system to continue to run? I probably would. Okay. And is that uncommon? Again, I want you to go outside the world of officer-involved situations. I want you to pretend for the moment that the person who's sitting in your car is not a Dallas police officer. Had that been, let's say that in North Dallas, some guy went into somebody's home for reasons that you haven't figured out yet and shot him to death. And that person, let's make him a plumber. If that plumber was inside your car, all right, because that person had been detained, would you have turned off the in-car video system? No, sir. Would you have allowed that to run for evidentiary reasons? Yes, sir. And if that person decided to say, oh my God, I wish that I hadn't have shot that guy 30 times, I only had to shoot him 3 times, would you expect me as a prosecutor to use that as evidence to seek justice against a person who just basically made an admission? Yes. Okay. On the other hand, if that person said something that exonerated them and proved their innocence, would you expect the defense to use that? Yes. And you've been with the Dallas Police Department for a long time, right? Correct. You guys use this tactic as it's a good tactic because it derives evidence. Sometimes you even put 2 people in a car and you close the door, right? I haven't done that, but I've heard of it. Okay, and you let them talk, right? Correct. And tell me, what is the basis for doing that? To hear the conversation that's occurred. Right. It's not necessarily that you want one particular statement made or the other, but you obviously want to know what happened, right? That's in your DNA. You're a police officer. Correct. Okay, so is that the reason why the in-car video system would have been allowed to have been running had you not been told to turn it off? No, I just wouldn't have turned it off because in all honesty, that's about the last thing I do in those cars. I had just been back in a squad car for 6 weeks. So sometimes I forget. Okay. And if you had the plumber who was just involved in the homicide in the car, would you allow people to be coming up and pulling them out of the car? No, unless it was detectives. Police detectives who were involved in the case, who were investigating the case? Correct. Or other officers trying to get information. With some official capacity with the case? Correct. All right, have you ever seen anybody from any of the police organizations come out to, I guess, tell you to turn off an in-car or tell you to do something to do with evidence for a plumber or a carpenter?
Now, y'all heard what both them Jean's attorney asked this female cop. More than 1 way, more than 3 way, more than 5 ways. He asked her the same question and eviscerated the question several times over. And she cannot perjure herself while answering this question. Now, a lot of people saying from this morning, from my previous video, a lot of people saying this was a cover-up. Now, y'all, for those of you that saying it was a cover-up, let's get back to the trial itself. Now we have Botham's best friend in the court. He has on a Dragon Ball Z shirt, an aquamarine Dragon Ball Z shirt, and some blue shorts. I'm gonna show him to y'all.
Now, you say you entered to the parking garage. Does this look like a layout of the apartment complex, the Southside Flex? Can you orientate yourself?
Now keep in mind, y'all, this is live.
Okay. And based on this diagram, State Street 34A, do you recognize where your apartment is located? Mr. Brown, can you please raise your voice?
Yes, ma'am, it's right here to the top.
Okay. Indicating 1437. Okay. Now, you said you came up to the parking garage and got off the elevator. Where is that elevator dropping you off at? This is the elevator? So he can't just take you down.
This will be the elevator, this will be the hallway.
Okay. So when you started to come down this main hallway, what do you hear?
When I get about right here,
And is that where the two hallways meet to make the turn?
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
When I get about right here, it's kind of when I hear like what I would describe as two people meeting each other on a surprise. So I'm assuming, the door's open and two people meet, and I hear two gunshots go off.
Okay. So let's stop there for a second. You said when you get to the conjunction between the two hallways, you hear what sounds like two people meeting by surprise. Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
And what made you think that it was two people meeting by surprise?
Because I couldn't make out what either one of them was saying. I couldn't tell y'all today that what either one of them was saying. It was like, it wasn't English, so I just knew it was two people meeting, two human beings meeting. So that's the only way I could describe it.
Okay. Was it two separate voices?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know why this bitch
You
over
said
here.
one of the
Bye.
voices was giving loud commands like stop, police, or anything of that nature.
Yeah, but no, that wasn't what they were saying.
That's not what you heard.
No.
Okay. However, you say you didn't hear exactly what you heard.
No, I can't say I heard any type of words that I can make out.
Okay. Once you in that conjunction between the two hallways and hear the voices and the pop, how soon after the voices did you hear the sound of gunshots? Right after?
Right after.
It was quick?
Quick.
And the two gunshots you heard, were they quick?
They were quick.
Okay. What did you do when you heard the two gunshots?
I ran back out of here.
Okay. Fair enough. And so you ran back out toward the elevator area.
Right here, so I can see my door from right here. So I ran here, about right here, to look and see if I could see somebody in my apartment.
Okay, because this courtyard is open air courtyard, correct? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you can see directly across.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're looking to see if someone is in your apartment.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how long did you stay in this particular area of the garage?
I seen, when I come out, I seen other people come out of there, and I asked them, with those gunshots that I heard, they all said yes. So probably like, within 2 minutes, I put it in my head, like I still got my dog in my room. So I went walked back over there.
Okay, so you start walking back towards your apartment down the same corridor. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then did you make the corner?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Once you made the corner, did you observe anybody in the immediate area of your apartment?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Did it look like there was any disruption in this immediate area of your apartment?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Did you proceed into your apartment at 1437?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You may take your seat. when you get into your apartment,
Joshua.
what was the next thing you did?
The first thing I did was just checked on my dog, make sure everything was straight, and
Okay, I don't need to write that
honestly,
down.
I went over the balcony and kind of like turned my game on and went off the balcony.
Okay, and when you went over to the balcony, did you see anything when you looked outside the balcony?
I seen like it took a minute, but then I seen her come out.
And when you said her, you put it over towards the defense table. Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you see the defendant, Amber Guyger, come out?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you observe her doing?
Just on the phone.
And were you on your balcony looking out the balcony door, or were you looking out the window?
I was looking at the balcony and then I went to the window.
And you see her on the phone. Can you describe her demeanor?
She was crying, explaining what happened, what she thought happened, saying she came into the wrong apartment, and that was about it.
Do you recall, Joshua, how long you were inside your apartment before you heard the defendant in the hallway?
Probably like 2-3 minutes.
At some point, did you go to your front door?
Yeah, I kept looking out my front door.
Did you open the door, or were you looking out the peephole?
I was looking at the peephole.
And when you're looking out the peephole, what do you see?
I just see her like going back and forth on the phone, and then I think she went back inside, then came back out.
Y'all, this is where the keys come into play. Listen.
When she comes back out, has other officers arrived?
At this time, I'm not sure, because I think I seen some more officers, but I seen officers in the courtyard when I was on the balcony, so they didn't get there. By the time, she got there, she came out her room, she came out onto the hallway and met the officers. That's what you asking, yeah.
So I'm just trying to make sure I understand. The first time you see the defendant, she's on in the walkway, you're on the balcony, and she's on the phone. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I got that wrote down.
And then she goes back into the apartment?
Yes,
Yup. I got that wrote down.
And then you see her exit out of the apartment again?
Yes.
Yup, I got that wrote down.
Had you ever seen the defendant before on your floor?
No, ma'am.
Have you
Boom!
ever seen her in the apartment complex?
No, ma'am.
Had you met the complainant before that day?
The complainant, you mean?
Both?
Yeah, yes. Well, I met him that day.
Okay, had you ever seen him in the building before that day?
No, I can't say I seen him. I heard him in there.
Okay, when you say you heard him, what did you mean?
Heard him singing every morning.
Okay, you heard him singing. What kind of things did you hear him sing?
Noise complaint. This is where the noise complaint come in, y'all. Follow me.
Gospel music, Drake.
And your door is directly across the hall from where Mr. Jones is from, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And so in the morning, were you inside of your apartment when you heard Mr. Jones singing?
I am.
Okay. So from in the hallway, you can hear his activities inside his apartment?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? You have to say it out loud, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, don't cry.
Yes.
Oh, don't cry, man. You doing the right thing. Fuck that. Don't cry, dog. Don't cry. Man, y'all done broke this strong ass dude down, dog. Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry, dog. Don't cry, man. Don't cry. You telling the truth, man. Fuck that. Don't cry. Help me get my notes together, man. Help me get my notes together. Take your time, dude. Take your time. Help me get my notes together.
We can take a moment, Joshua. This is fine. We're not in a rush, okay?
Yeah, we need a moment.
Damn!
Deputy Johnson, she's like, you were trying to. All right.
Y'all hit up the cash out if y'all don't mind. If y'all don't mind, tell a friend, tell a kin, tell that fat y'all can't stand. I will be doing more court cases like this here. But for anybody that's here, y'all hit up the cash out. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's 50 cents. Y'all just send something. Cause like I'm on to something right here. Like somebody said, like when I take notes, it's very different. I make my little Venn diagram. I got one more line I gotta make before I break it all down. And I gotta make another box right here. And y'all gonna understand why I did this with those 2 boxes. But y'all hit up that cash out, man. Y'all hit up that cash out. Cause like I'm on to something. Y'all wanna see me be positive? I'm on my positive tip. I don't know how long this court break gonna be. I don't know. That's why I paused it. But the way this dude broke down crying, on this stand, no man, nah, not cool at all, man, not cool at all. So he saw it, he heard it, but didn't know what was going on. Thank you, Min Pam. Thank you, darling. And the judge even got tears in her eye. The reason why y'all can't the reason why y'all can't hear it, sensitive information is being released. That's why y'all can't hear it. For the judge to have this look in her eye, there you go, y'all, there you go. We on mute again, y'all. WAFF. Well, search Law and Crime Network. Search that. And this heifer is really up there smiling. And her attorney counsel up there. Calm down. You not in court with these people. Calm down. Because they'll be... Let me calm down. But let me extend this box. Oh, thank you, Cass Favorite, baby. Thank you. Usually when she come to court, she have her hair in a ponytail. This how she got her hair now. So you can't see her face. Get out the way. Get out the way. That's her right there. She makes sure you can't see her face. But the baldy right here, he full of all the jokes. He full of all the jokes. I just want. Oh yeah, let me take my side notes. Joshua, recess. Saw both of them. Heard shots. Saw Amber. Never saw her on floor until shooting. Y'all, like, y'all should, if anybody got an idea of what my passion should be on side of cooking, I think y'all got it by now. A news reporter. Oh, wait. Y'all, I think the recess is scheduled until tomorrow. Wait. Yup, the recess is scheduled until tomorrow, you guys. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save this to my watch later playlist. Anything I missed, I'm gonna go back and write more notes. I'm gonna create more of these little diagrams I have. But I do need to finish this one. So I'm gonna leave that one for tomorrow. The cockiness of these devils keep your phones on you at all time, just in case they try to try you. Bronze God is like, okay, I'm glad you said that. Like, I'm really glad you said that. Like, let's put all YouTube bullshit to the side. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's put all YouTube bullshit to the side, man. I don't care who you repping, who you rocking with. Like, for those of you that's new here, and like for those of you who come on my channel and I may have lost you because of me fucking and dibbling dabbling in the fuck shit, you know, me talking reckless to certain people. A lot of people will tell you my channel is the safe haven. Like, I don't like to get into all this beef drama and all this other bullshit. Like, what you see me doing right now, I do that on the regular, besides playing music and cooking. But Bronze Goddess, baby, I'm glad you said that. Like, how many people will sit up there and encourage their fellow man to keep their cell phone on them? Okay, now how about this here? Since you said that, Bronze Goddess, how many people have an app on their phone that they can stream off of like that? Without having to, you know, like look down and be like, okay, I know what I'm clicking. Honestly speaking, how many of y'all can look at, well, without looking at your phone, touch YouTube, touch Facebook, and be like, okay, I'm streaming. Let's have a each one teach one moment, y'all. This court case is teaching us something. And no, I'm not trying to sound like Mother Teresa or the Pope when I say this. But us as black people, we need to practice the buddy system. We really do. Not only just black people, Mexicans, Argentinians, South Americans, anything of a brown hue. We need to practice the buddy system. When I say the buddy system, you ride together, y'all have each other phone numbers, and if y'all together, if y'all get stopped, right when y'all see them police lights, somebody grab their phone and start live streaming. Fuck a record. Live stream. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. Something live. Hell, even Instagram live. We so worried about, clicks and views, clicks and views. Get your shoes, you're about to move. Bitch. Keep your phone on you at all times that can stream. And on top of that, if you got a phone that can stream, that's like directly under your mirror, make sure it's already set toward that app where you can just sit up there and touch it and start your streaming. That way, when the police approach you, your hands either like this here or they're on the steering wheel like this here. And another thing, like I said, I'm not trying to sound like Mother Teresa or the Pope or Gandhi. If you are a black woman, I'm talking to my black queens real quick, because I know my queens got a mouth on them. Whether they be Hispanic, Argentinian, but my African Americans, my Haitians, my Jamaicans, this go for you as well. A police officer draw a gun on you and tell you, move your hands, you tell him straight up, turn my car off. You will not shoot me or tase me. Same thing go for black men of any of the races I just named. You pull a gun on me, turn my car off. My hands right here. If you won't, let me put my hands right here. You will not kill me. And keep your hands right there or on that steering wheel. We've lost too many people to this fuck shit, man. We've lost too many people to this fuck shit. Another thing. A police officer ever, hey Ray, a police officer ever break in your house, kick your door down, wherever you at, just drop to your knees, put your hands on your head like this here. That Fifth Amendment saves you. I won't say the Fourth Amendment is search and seizure. The only question you need to ask if a police officer ever break in your house is, do you have a warrant? Is that warrant signed by a judge? Betty White, I was getting to that, baby. You didn't have to drop that. I was getting to that. But since Betty White brought it up, I'm going to keep it all the way 100 with y'all. Did y'all not see that the husband and wife, in Texas that got killed off of a false informative? Ray, I'm going to go back and unblock you, baby. But anyway, did y'all not see how that husband and wife, the two white people, got killed because of a false informative? A white man, I want to say a Mexican man, and a black man, they all going to jail. Man, like, this is my thing. Like, this is my thing. I hate to sound like I'm pro this, I'm pro that, I'm anti this, I'm anti that. When in all actuality, I love life as a whole. I love life as a cornucopia. I just want to make sure everybody is safe. I just want to make sure everybody is safe. When it comes down to these cops. Betty White. Okay, let's talk about it, Betty White. What's better training for a cop? Now, little known fact, a couple months, I was going to fill out an application to be a cop because I want to bring change to the neighborhood I live in. Well, the neighborhood that's across from me. Because they run from the cops when they see them. And the cops laugh at them. I don't care if they don't give me no backup, no nothing. I just want to be that police officer. Man, what's going on, man? What's going on, man? Talk to me. You got an open container? You got a record? How long has it been since you've been off your papers? And that's going to be my question. And if I have nothing I can take you to jail off of, run. Like, straight up, that's going to be my word. I don't see nothing. Run. Hold up, wait. Brandon Tatum. Okay, I will look that up. See ya, mommy. God love the truth. It must be the truth. It must be the truth. Man, okay, LaShonda. It takes several people to actually to build a police department from being crooked to being a 5-star hotel, as I like to call it. You got to have like-minded people who want to see change versus police brutality. But now, like looking at the Botham Jean case, is kind of taking me to the, and like, do I really want to be a cop? Like, do I really want to be a cop? Is it worth it? There's this man from the Baltimore Police Department. He did an interview with the Advice Show, which is currently known as Africa Diaspora or African Diaspora. He pointed out all the corruption in police departments. And like just sitting up there listening to how he was whistleblowing. You did? Okay, Ray. Okay, Ray. So when you go there, Ray, there's this police officer. He looks Caucasian, but he's not. Watch his interview. And watch how he sit up there and tell how, like, when you blow the whistle on your fellow colleagues, how your upper ranks and your commander and your chief, how they treat you. When you blow the whistle, watch what they tell you. Like, this dude, he risked his whole entire job. And on top of that, CNN did an interview with cops in New York about the stop and frisk and how they still pressure them about stop and frisk and making a quota to arrest black and brown men and women. Now, to answer Betty White's question, and she is right, they don't report on Caucasian killings by the cop unless it's real controversial. like the case in Texas. But like out here in Louisiana, you don't hear about white people getting killed by cops until it hits the obituary and you see said family member's name versus the police department, or said family member's name versus the parish. So Betty White, I wasn't exclude none of that. You just had to give me a chance to get to it. But like, it's sad that we as people we have to separate police shootings by race, by color, by creed, by ethnicity, by religion. Like, it is sad. Now y'all, some of y'all might get mad with me when I say this, but my God, I don't care. I really don't care. When the gay man, I forgot his name, when he came out with Black Lives Matter, do you know that a lot of supposedly black straight men thought it was a joke? He thought it was always all about gay people. But when he went to jail on CNN live coverage, and when they saw that he made that speech, I'm doing this for black people since our inception of life in America. We've been mistreated, abused, this, that, and the other. Now all these straight black men want to rally behind Black Lives Matter. It was funny to me at first. And then came All Lives Matter. Now, y'all, I'm on the fence with All Lives Matter. Like I said, every life is like the cornucopia, is a little thing off the cornucopia, a notch off the cornucopia. I love all life, but if you are not Irish, Egyptian, Polish, where was Auschwitz? Was that Germany, Russia? Your life matter, but your life don't matter like certain groups. That's all I'm saying. Like, certain lives don't matter like certain groups. And no, I'm not being racist. I'm not being fascist. I'm not being none of those things. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. Certain lives have more value than others. Let's look at the Jewish for a second. Let's look at the Jewish for a second. The Jewish, they said, oh, wait, I think the court case back on. Wait. Yep, it's back on, y'all. It's back on. But y'all, the Jewish came up, a definite way to keep our money. African Americans, we built this country. Native Americans, this country was stole from. Mexicans was ran out of country that originally belonged to them. Y'all running away because y'all don't want to hear the truth. But let me go shave, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all hear this while I shave. Yes, it was a white truck. Yes. What was it about the truck that made you pay attention to that? It was going fast around the corner and driving a big truck. I used to slow down, but they were driving fast, so it kind of caught my eye.
Okay, so it was just something that was different, and so you paid attention to it?
Yes, sir.
Right, did you give it much thought though?
At that time, no.
Okay, so you see a white truck coming around the corner. Was it coming around the corner to park on the level 4 at the same place as you were?
Yes.
All right, did the vehicle park, you recall?
Yes, it did.
Okay, anything unusual about the parking, or did you not notice that?
I mean, back then.
Hold on 1 second, you may have something to talk about.
Was it George?
Can I proceed, Judge?
Yes, please.
So, you saw the vehicle come up, did you pay any mind to the parking of it, or were you just moving on to your apartment at that
I mean, I was really just moving along. I mean, I just noticed it pull in and back in. That's really it.
Okay, the vehicle backed in?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did it back in kind of more towards the main entrance?
Yes.
Or the entrance by the elevator?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see the person who got out of that white pickup truck?
Yes.
Was it a male or a female?
Female.
Okay, was that person dressed like a police officer?
Yes.
All right, did that stand out to you?
Yes, it did. Cause I mean, it just caught my eye because I hadn't seen it, so obviously it would catch my eye.
Okay, so again, it's something different.
Yes.
That because of the difference, you may note it.
Yes.
All right. Incidentally, this was September 6th. School's in session, right?
Yes, it was.
What time do you go to work in the mornings?
Usually get there around 6:50, 7 o'clock.
6:50, 7 a.m.?
Yes.
And what were you doing all the way up until about 9:50, 9:55?
We had after school, we usually have practice, then we have a varsity practice, then we had a JV game. So I was at the JV game and I left that game, and that's where I was coming from.
Okay, so did you get to school a little bit before the 6:50 start time? Or is that when you get to school?
Usually right around 6:50.
All right, so you worked that day from 6:50 in the morning and you're getting home at 9:50, 9:55 p.m.
Yes.
Okay. Is that common, especially when games are being played and you're coaching?
Yes, that's normal there.
Right. So you walked to 1425. Well, let me just ask you, I'm taking that for granted. Was there anything else about anything that you saw that made you think, that's different? Or did you just go to your apartment then?
Like I said, I just noticed it was an officer walking in. I mean, I saw she had a bag, and I mean, I just kind of saw it and went to my apartment.
All right. Did you notice was she talking on the phone or anything?
I didn't notice.
Okay. Did she have anything in her hand?
She had a bag in the left arm.
In her left hand?
Yes.
Okay. You go to your apartment. What do you do when you get to your apartment?
Just go in and I actually was about to cook me something to eat.
Okay. What happened then?
And then I heard gunshots.
Okay. How many gunshots do you remember?
2.
Okay. When you asked me for sure, did you hear 2 or 3 or did you tell it was multiple gunshots?
It was multiple gunshots.
Okay. Were they fast?
Yes.
Like bang bang?
I couldn't tell you. I mean, they were close enough. I mean, they were close to each other, but I couldn't tell you exactly.
Okay. Did you recognize these green gunshots?
Yes.
Are you familiar with the sound of a gunshot?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what did you think when you heard the gunshots?
Honestly, first thing I thought was, hey, I'm paying this money, stay in these apartments, and they're shooting. So, and I kind of heard it, and that's what I thought, and then I just went along with what I was doing.
Okay. And then did you, a couple of minutes later, some minutes later, did you hear voices?
Yes.
Was it a male or a female voice?
Female voice.
And what did you hear the female voice saying to the best of your recollection?
It was saying that there was someone in my apartment, just kept repeating that.
Someone in my apartment?
Yeah.
They repeating that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember anything else being said?
That's really all that I could recollect that I actually heard. Because it was a lot, when it happened, there was a lot of commotion, but that's what I heard.
Did you hear, prior to the shooting, did you hear any kind of screaming or, have you ever seen TV, or I don't even know in your real life, have you ever seen where police have given loud commands to somebody that they want to get control of? They're like, get on the ground, or show me your hands.
Y'all, here it go again. The TV light, they keep bringing it up.
Commands to that effect, they're loudly spoken to get compliance.
Yes.
Did you hear anything like that before the shots were fired?
No, sir.
Just the shots,
No commands.
Several minutes later, you heard a female voice talking about wrong apartment.
Yes. I'm John Snyder.
Y'all, let me finish shaving. Hold up, please.
So on the 6th, you recall getting home to your apartment complex? Yes. And you mentioned that when you were driving into the apartment, you noticed the white pickup. Where was the pickup in relation to you? Outside the park, that's when I noticed the white pickup. Did you see the pickup before you stopped? I saw the pickup after I parked. Where was the pickup? On the 4th floor. Was it in front of you, behind you? I saw it behind me. So the white pickup was coming in the garage after you, is that correct? I didn't say that. I said I saw it after I parked.
Uh-huh.
And then what did you notice after you parked? I noticed how the white pickup was driving. Okay. And you said you saw the pickup back into a parking spot, is that correct? Yes. And then, did you notice who was driving the pickup? Yes. Was it a uniformed police officer? Yes. Is that why you noticed it? Well, I noticed, you saying did I notice it as they were driving? No, is that why you noticed who was driving the truck? Because they were in uniform? I noticed them when she got out the pickup. Okay.
Now notice, y'all wait, I'm gonna play this again. Now notice the question that the defense attorney asked this man that's on the stand right now. They asked him, did you notice the driving of the person in the white pickup truck?
And you talked to some investigators after September the 6th, right? Yes. You remember telling them that you noticed he was in uniform and you made attention because you didn't realize there was a police officer that lived on the floor? Yes. Right. And so you got out of your pickup or you parked your truck. Did you notice the white pickup before you got out of your truck? I just said that. So you noticed it before you got out of your truck? Yes, after I parked. Okay. I saw it pull up behind. So what did you do once you get your stuff gathered up? Is that correct? Yes. And then, so what kind of stuff do you have to gather? Just coaching gear, bags, that's it. You got all stuff in a duffel bag or something? A backpack. Okay. So you grab that, does that take very long? It takes as long as I'm taking. It's just a bag, right? It's a bag, a phone, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. It's multiple things. If you're asking for the exact thing that I was picking up, I couldn't tell you exactly. Okay. So, but you get your things, it doesn't take too long, and you get out of the truck and you start to walk to out of the garage, is that right? Out of the garage or into the corridor? Well, you got to leave the garage to get to your apartment, correct? Yes. So that's what you do. You get your things and you start to walk out of the garage, correct? Yes. And then you walk, and as you're walking to the garage, do you notice the female police officer walking as well? Yes. Okay. And you told the investigator that you spoke to that she was carrying some items, is that right? Yes. And you told them that she wasn't on her phone, is that right? I'm not gonna, I couldn't tell you that she was on the phone or not. I remember she was carrying a bag. And you told that she was walking kind of quickly? Yes. Okay. And then you went into an entrance to the complex, and that she went into a different entrance, correct? Yes.
All right. Now on the prosecutor side, I gotta write different entrance.
And so, did you go directly to your apartment? Yes. Okay. You don't stop along the way, you go straight into your apartment, correct? Yes. And you go inside, you close and lock the door, is that right? Yes. Do you remember what you were doing once you got into your apartment? Usually when I get in, I find something to eat. When is that going? So you're in the kitchen area? Yes, I'm in the kitchen area. You use a microwave or something like that? Looking in the refrigerator. Looking in the refrigerator? And then you said you heard some gunfire? Yes, sir. escape from my truck into my apartment before the gunshot.
Once you got into your apartment, you closed and you locked your door, and then you said you're in the kitchen, looking in the refrigerator, and you're eating something, correct?
Yes.
And then from the time you got in your apartment, about how much time went by until you heard this gunfire you heard?
Approximately a couple minutes, 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay. And do you remember telling an investigator that you weren't sure how many shots you heard?
Possibly, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I've talked to multiple investigators.
Okay. And so you heard the shots. And then, do you remember what you did at that point?
I just sat, just kind of continue what I was doing until I heard a voice. Until I heard the screaming.
That's when you said you heard a female
voice, yeah.
Right? Did you ever go outside?
No.
Immediately after the gunfire?
No.
Did you go out? Did you have a balcony there, correct?
Yes.
Did you go out on the balcony?
I did look out the back. I look out the door. I didn't go stand out there, but I looked out the door.
Did you open the door? You looked through the peephole or what?
I cracked the door.
You cracked the door and you looked out?
Yes.
Did you see something?
I think I seen the officer.
Okay. Did you keep it open very long?
Not long.
Come on, give me my next vital question. Come on.
And
if my shaving getting on y'all nerves, I'm gonna put y'all somewhere else. But I just brought y'all in the bathroom with me while I shave. That way I can hear the questions as well. But since y'all in here, do me a favor. Y'all just the questions y'all hear, y'all post them. And I'm gonna go back and rewatch them.
so you told Mr. Hermes that you lived there with the time of about September 6th. You've been living there at Southside Flats for about a month, right?
Yes.
During that time, did you ever have any problems with your door? Mechanical problems with the door lock or the front door closing?
No.
You remember telling an investigator that sometimes when you would try to lock your door, you'd have to shake it, get it to lock? Do you remember that?
Shake my door?
Did you talk to a Texas Ranger?
Yes.
You remember telling the Texas Ranger, in response to one of his questions, that sometimes when you're on the inside trying to lock your door, you have to shake it a little bit to get it to lock?
I don't remember saying it. Could have been a misunderstanding, but
Texas Ranger on the telephone, correct?
yes.
Do you remember that they were calling, Texas Rangers called you several times, and then you did call Ranger Claude Daniels back?
Yes.
To speak with him? You ever notice anyone, you remember the Ranger Daniels asking you a question about if there's any crime that you've been aware of at Southside Flats? Do you remember that?
Slightly.
You remember in response to Ranger Daniels' questions, Your Honor, I'm going to object to the form of the question in the examination. The use of it, if I may.
Well, it's not necessary because I don't see the relevance of this line of questioning. Sustained. Please move on, Mr. Snyder.
Pass witness, ma'am.
Is there a redirect?
I have nothing else. Thank you, Mr. Jones. I appreciate your time.
May he be excused?
No objection from the stage, Your Honor.
No objection.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jones. We appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
We got our first no objection. Ooh, Jesus. Y'all, it went silent because they are releasing sensitive information. But y'all, hold up, wait. This, ooh.
Can you state your name and please help me spell?
Sure. My name is Bharat Amarnath Vadamanchi. I can spell it for you.
Please.
B as in ball, H as in Harry, A as in alpha, R as in Romeo, A as in alpha, T as in Tom, H as in Harry, A as in alpha, M as in Mary, A as in alpha, R as in Romeo, N as in Nancy, A as in alpha, T as in Tom, H as in Harry. My last name is Madmanchi. M as in Mary, A as in alpha, D as in David, A as in alpha, M as in Mary, A as in alpha, N as in Nancy, C as in Charles, H as in Harry, I as in India.
Thank you very much.
Sure, no problem.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Bonamage. Thank you for being here.
Sure.
Would you like the ladies and gentlemen of the jury know what it is that you do for a living?
I work as a software engineer for city information.
Y'all, let me start this over real quick. Hold up, wait. Let me start this over because I got the little warning at the bottom. Hold up, wait.
Predominantly an insurance-based company, but it has medicine